What episode is it? 100?
Yeah, 100 episodes. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to Created Creative. I'm Dawn.
And I'm Ruth.
And we're on a farm.
We're on a farm. Dawn, you didn't tell me you've been living in the lap of luxury these last weeks.
It's a very nice farm.
It's beautiful. Look over here.
Yes. So, Ruth, what's the first thing you said when you saw our big field?
I said you could play a really big camp game here.
Yeah.
I worked at Bible camp for a lot of years.
So this looks like a camp field.
Yeah.
You can take the person out of camp, but you can't take camp. What is it?
You can take the girl out of camp, but you can't take camp out of the girl.
And you can't really see. There's a lot of pasture. It's like, I can't even guess, more than 2 miles.
Yeah.
They're raising cattle for the rodeo.
Oh, it's for the rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to eat.
Yeah. Well, do you know how many heads of cattle they have? Head of cattle? No.
No.
Horses.
Shockingly little.
There's cats.
I mean, I identify animals, but during the parade, there was a parade.
Yes.
There was a parade today.
Yeah, it was so cool. Dawn was in it.
I was in
and
it.
She was amazing. And the reason that I'm here is because of a show that Dawn is in and has been in for the last many weeks. And I drove across 3 states.
You're the most committed of my friends this whole run.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
But also, we're making this special podcast episode so all of you can be part of the fun.
Because what episode is it?
100? Yeah, 100 episodes. Oh my goodness.
We did. I had a sound maker, but I don't have it here. But during the parade, so we were in the parade to promote the show. Very, very long homecoming parade. It was shockingly long for the size of the
It
town.
was really long. And they gave out a lot of meat sticks. I should
Yes.
have brought the meat sticks.
There's a ConAgra plant here, and they were throwing meat sticks. And also, we saw 4-H, which we just went to the 4-H musical, so we know all about 4-H in Minnesota. But someone said there's a goat. And I was looking a different direction, apparently, because I'm like, oh, a goat. Then I'm like, hi, goat. And the person was like, it's a sheep. Then I sort of really looked at this animal and realized it was a sheep. So I offended a sheep by calling it a goat.
Oh, there's Dawn. You're a city girl.
Yeah, but generally I know what the animals are. I don't know how many head of cattle are here.
Okay. But boy, 100 episodes. I feel like we should do some reflecting and,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a lot to do. This is 100th episode, maybe some look back and also some unique creativity, because we don't really do a lot with theater acting as the creativity on this podcast.
Yeah.
So today's our day.
And this theater, I'm excited for you to hear more about it because it's a very cool place.
So, yeah, we could walk around our reflecting pool. We have a reflecting pool. It's actually a pond, but Lucy calls it the ocean. And she's like, can we go to the ocean? And she means this pond that is decorative. So maybe we'll take a lap around the reflecting pond and reflect.
Reflect on 100 episodes.
And then we'll go into town.
Okay.
And
which has about 4,000 people, I'm told.
But shockingly huge homecoming parade. People are committed to this town.
I think all of them were in the parade.
All of them were in the parade or at the parade. Also, there's fresh construction. This is not a dying town.
Huh.
And I asked, who moves here? And they said, it's farm widows.
Really?
Yeah. They sell the farm after their husband dies and move into town. And they want these 1-level duplexes, triplexes. And that's what's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yay.
Yeah, there's lots going on.
There's a lot going on in Macon Mall.
Yeah, looks like a historic town. Yeah, we'll have to walk around and show
but first
people.
we'll reflect.
Okay. So we're on the farm and we're reflecting by the reflecting pool.
Which you can't see because we're looking toward it.
Yes.
Okay, 100 episodes.
100 episodes.
When we started, when we had the first conversation about doing this podcast, I was here.
In Missouri.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And we had a couple phone calls.
Yep.
I was in Jefferson, Missouri when we talked, and we settled on a podcast.
Yeah.
And then we started at Advent.
Started during Advent, and we did a few episodes that we recorded before we started sending them out.
Yes. So we had a bank.
Yeah. We had a little
We
tiny
needed a
bank of
bank.
people.
And then the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Have you listened to an early episode lately?
I haven't lately, but I was just thinking about the one with Rob Bell
And
how
we did not know how to do the tech.
that was like the worst we've ever done.
It was our worst tech out of all 100 was when we had Rob Bell on a very limited schedule. You just get a small slot with him.
Because of course that's how it would go.
Oh my gosh. But we learned a lot.
I learned a lot that I've never forgotten because
And he was fine with it. It's just he wasn't going to give us extra time.
he was so.
But he was very calm and just waited. And also, then I was there chatting with him while Ruth is getting on this. don't know anything about Rob Bell. Like, I had nothing of substance to ask him.
And you haven't actually had time to read the book either.
No, nothing. I had an infant.
I was the only one with questions.
Well, and we do that sometimes with authors, that Ruth has read the book and I haven't, so that I can ask the questions maybe the listener would have, having not read the book.
Right. And that works out great.
Works out, except when Ruth isn't there right away because of technical difficulty. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was, in retrospect, it's a good memory.
Yeah.
Because it all worked out.
And then we had trouble with Jeff Hiller, Emmy Award winner Jeff Hiller. We also had trouble with the tech, which is why we don't have much of a clip with him. We have like the audio.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice as he was winning the Emmy to have a more substantial clip.
Yeah.
But my camera wasn't working. I moved all around my building's roof, which has Wi-Fi. My building's roof has Wi-Fi, but it was not happening. And he had trouble logging in. And he was like, I'm on podcasts all the time, which is clearly our fault. Like, he was on Howard Stern this week. He was on NPR this week.
Yeah.
He does podcasts. This was not his fault.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what have been some other memorable guests? I mean, they're all memorable, but some memories that you think of.
I just today, while I was in the parade, quoted, who was it from maybe Philadelphia? Callie.
Philadelphia. Oh, Callie, straight
Swan-
Swanland. Yeah.
It may or may not have been her, but you can only manifest at the level of your privilege. That has stuck with me as something I learned in this podcast.
Yes.
And I quoted it today
Yeah.
because one of my fellow actors got this great callback for a great show, great part for her, huge deal. And she was like, I would manifest it, but I don't believe in manifesting. And I'm like, I don't really either. Like, there's other words about bringing things into existence. And then I said, we learned on the podcast, you can only manifest to the level of your privilege. And it was like such a mic drop.
I had one too on the way down. I was listening to Jen Hadmaker's book.
Yes.
And she quotes David Gates. Her new
David Gates forward, yes.
poet, David Gates. She reads as an intro to one of her chapters that the poem he wrote about, I'm Not Your Cup of Tea.
He read that live on our podcast, now being quoted by Jen Hatmaker. Jen Hatmaker, call us.
Call us. You would be okay to talk to you.
We would find time.
Yeah, we'd find time.
Fish just jumped in this pond. I guess there's fish.
Wildlife.
There's wildlife.
Like a Loch Ness.
It looks like the moors of Scotland with the sky this way. If you're listening, wherever you get your podcast, this is one of the better videos.
Yeah.
You might want to go to YouTube for this one.
Yeah, check out YouTube.
Yeah, you definitely do, because look at these landscapes.
Sweeping vistas.
Sweeping vistas.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that, like, well, we always were 1 degree of separation from Jen Hatmaker, but also with David Gate. So.
Yeah, she's around. She's one of us.
Yeah, she's
one of us. Felt something fascinating. What was that? What is trying to breathe? Is it a frog? It's making a lot of noise. Is it struggling? Is it like, or something that's going to be mad and come out and jump and attack us? There's something in the water. It's over here. What if it comes?
It's under the
Wildlife
water.
makes me slightly nervous.
Does it?
Yeah. I just don't know enough. I think there are people who know what to do when an animal is struggling, and I do not know. I mean, I don't even know the difference between a sheep and a goat, so.
It was just a turtle.
Oh.
And that way they go. Where did it go? Turtle.
Like touring out of there.
We've just been focusing a lot on turtles because we were doing our letter sounds.
Okay.
And saying turtle a lot.
All right, let's see. I feel like, boy, we've had a lot of good conversations.
And we've met lots of people I definitely would not have because you're finding them or not. We're just going to bring up again, we're in the top 5% of podcasts worldwide.
Yeah.
And we're proud of it and we're allowed to brag because we're going to brag as much as a mediocre white man would, which is way more than this. He wouldn't even be in the top 5%. He would still say he has an awesome podcast. But because of that, some people have reached out to us, so they're way outside our norm or our circles. They're further outside than Jen Hatmaker. Like, we don't have a degrees of separation to get to them, but they're finding us, and then we're having these interesting conversations with total strangers. Yeah, so that's been fun.
It has been really fun. Yeah.
And
I've really enjoyed just thinking about things more creatively, personally, because of this.
like what? Give me an example.
Well, like going to the state fair and seeing that as an opportunity to think about all the things that we noticed there that otherwise
We wouldn't have. Like, people's creativity is making jam.
Yes. Saw that through different eyes going.
Yes.
And this whole thing that you're doing here and the people that you see every year through this venture that you do. And I bet they all have very interesting lives.
Yeah, because they also are traveling around. Most of them are doing more shows a year than me because I'm not auditioning because I have a toddler. So I'm only doing shows that just come to me. Offer only is what it's called.
Yeah.
So they're kind of shows I've done before and people know me. Theaters I know.
Yeah.
But they are auditioning and doing more. So there's this whole nomadic actor thing going on. And it is a lot of the same people. So they've been to another theater and we'll know them from other shows.
Maybe even Todd, who we've been trying to talk to, will give us a minute or two.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since he's the one who he started this theater.
He did.
Right?
Yes. Yep. He's the artistic director, producer. There is a board of directors for the nonprofit,
And that's a big deal to set up a nonprofit.
It is a big deal. And to maintain a historic theater and to deal with all of the people, because everybody comes in for the show. This is not people who live here just putting on a show.
Yeah.
So it's travel and housing and unions and contracts and getting all the different people. Like Ruth on the way here was saying you have to strike the set, and union actors cannot strike a set. They would have to pay us a lot for us to take down the set. So that means other people are there. There's a technical director, they have a crew, and we don't set our props or maintain our costumes or our wigs. So he's bringing in people to do all of those creative jobs.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because like Bray, she's an actress.
Yes.
What other, have we had other?
Well, Jeff Hiller, but
Of course, yeah.
yeah, and I've seen him in stage things, although we talked with him more about television.
Yeah. So this will be a really good snapshot into life as a professional actor.
Yeah. If you see a show that's touring, whatever, a recent Broadway thing or something that's still on Broadway and then it comes to a major city near you, those people are not put in local homes the way with a regional theater is. They are either at a local hotel and usually one of those long-term places to have a kitchen in their space, or they can buy out the week and use that money toward like an Airbnb or just keep it and stay with a relative.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So a lot of people do that.
And have a choice.
Yes.
Interesting.
So each city you can change your mind. Like you have to say, okay, next week we're going to Albuquerque. Who's staying in the hotel? Who's buying out?
Yes.
To get their own housing.
And then, like, just practically speaking, do they contribute to your health insurance? Like,
They do. They're paying per week of work.
how?
And then when you hit certain number of weeks of work, the health insurance kicks in.
Okay.
So it's health and pension and all the normal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an actual job. And they pay for everything from the moment you close your door at your point of origin. So everybody has a point of origin, like mine's New York City. So the train to get to the airport, they pay for, obviously, the flights.
It's covered. So,
Yep.
yeah. That's amazing. Very cool. And you have beautiful flowers. We should show them the
Flowers.
She's got this whole building.
Yeah. Well, this half of the building holds their many ATVs, one of which was in the parade. You saw them?
Oh, yeah.
Cow.
Long.
There's a longhorn, except I don't know if it is a longhorn. I'm not an expert on animals, but they did tell me they have another sort of cow that they raise for the rodeo that has the horns, but it's not a longhorn.
Yeah. Maybe we
So
can
that's
find
what's
out
here.
before. Maybe we can find out because our listeners will want to know now if that's.
Yeah.
Because
There's
it's not a very long horn. I don't think.
So maybe it isn't a longhorn.
Yeah.
It is, we also have donkeys and horses. What do we have? Donkeys, horses, chickens. I'm like looking around to remember. 8 cats and a couple of the neighbors' cats.
Let's look at the chickens.
Okay, we're going to go to the chickens.
Living in harmony with all of God's creatures.
There's cats, there's chickens.
I didn't know that cats and chickens would just hang out, but they're hanging out.
And this cat is the nicest one. Some of them truly are scaredy cats. This one will come up to you.
I love you so much.
So Lucy comes out here and is like, "Where's my friend?"
And I took you a bunch of cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I live right now. You're so lucky.
This one is a cold though.
He's got a cold.
Oh, really?
He's been sniffling.
Oh. Get well soon, cat.
Okay. We were always used to raise chickens when I was growing up, so it's fun to see the chickens. And we would have hundreds though, and they were like free range, so they would follow us around the yard.
And then lay their eggs still in the same place.
A lot of these chickens were the kind, they weren't hens, they were just the kind you roast
To eat.
to eat. Yeah.
Thank you. I like chicken. Isn't it funny how chicken, when we eat it, we still call it chicken, and almost all the other meats, we call it something else? What's that about?
But actually the hens, we did have some hens, and they would always just go back to the coop to lay their eggs.
So they like to be enclosed.
Yeah, they wouldn't just lay their eggs anywhere. But I always kind of wanted to have chickens for my boys to raise, but
Not so far.
never did that. Yeah.
an hour walking outside the town.
Did you see these gardens?
I did because they're something from the University of Missouri, and it's like a community garden, and you could come here and get a fresh vegetable. Yeah, it's all what a great small town use of an empty lot. I love it.
Like for free?
I don't know. I've seen people taking it. Maybe they belong to the garden and I'm unaware.
That's really great, though. I love that.
This is our rehearsal space. And our costume shop is in there. Kind of can see some sewing machines in there.
Oh, here's a real door. See, something. What is?
Jack making the next show,
What's the next show?
Glass Menagerie, and Lori is in it. So that's why she was not in the parade, because she was at that.
She's getting ready for that.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's going to be here for a while longer.
Yes. Long enough to have her insurance kick in. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you get it for 6 months. So it's worth it. And here's apparently a barber. There's just such interesting uses of space. It's like when I drive through small towns like this, I'm not from a small town. And I think, oh, some places look abandoned and some are. But then you get to know people and there's all these nooks and crannies with interesting art or interesting people or interesting events. And people reinventing spaces. Like on the corner back there, somebody has one of those pay a flat fee and then do art. And they have those sip and paint and sip. But you wouldn't know it just walking by.
This is a very cute town.
Yeah, it's a very cute town. It is the county seat.
It is the county seat. Of what county is this?
I think it's Macon County. They still have their Ben Franklin, but they used to have a J.C. Penney. You should go there.
Detroit Lakes had a J.C. Penney up until a couple of years ago, too.
Oh.
And we had a Ben Franklin up until.
Oh, you've lost your Ben Franklin, but they've held on to it here. Big news. Yeah. So you've spent more time in small towns than me. Tell me what you love about small towns.
Oh, gosh. Well, I think the parade today,
Yeah.
Just everybody turned out for it. And I think people get more excited about supporting things in small towns just because.
Right. There is the sense of like you got to go to the thing because it's the only thing.
Right. It's like
Nothing else is happening.
they shut down,
And it won't happen again for a long time.
like they closed the library here.
Close the library for the high school homecoming parade.
Yeah. Supposed to,
They wouldn't have had people who wanted to work during the parade.
Oh,
and
no.
nobody would have been going to the library in the parade.
I do know the children's librarian is a graduate of the school, the high school, because she had the craft this week as story hour be a tiger because of homecoming, and that is their mascot. And then the theme of this homecoming parade was Welcome to the Jungle.
Nice.
Yeah. So what is that?
That up there.
There's some nice architecture all over. Like the tops of these buildings, you can almost picture the heyday when there just were more rural people. Now they can run farms with less people. The 4-H woman said that too, that they used to have 4 chapters and now there's not because there's just less people running the farms. And also the people who are running the farms, just sports, which everybody runs into that.
I wonder if these are parking. So
Yes, some of the cast live up there and the costumer lives up there. This cute little drugstore, and it has the soda counter still. And the pharmacist, like, you can get real drugs in. Yeah, and just some cute shops. People are so creative in rethinking small towns because this is one of those towns that had a bit of a dip when Walmart came and built out by the highway, and then less people were coming downtown. But people are rethinking how to use this downtown. There's the theater, so that's a draw. But there's like a winery. There's these creative shops. Yeah, I mean,
my town is a lot like that too. Like it's having a resurgence, I think. And a lot of people wanting to live in the rural areas.
right, that probably is happening too.
And have their cool things that they enjoy, like good wine and books.
Yeah, they want those higher end things.
Be able to get a good salad, iceberg lettuce.
Yes,
So,
a good salad, not just iceberg lettuce.
remember when salads used to be like in northwestern Minnesota and North Dakota?
With hardly any nutritional value.
It was
How
like
do we
iceberg lettuce and shredded kid.
Right, and not like the whole wedge of lettuce to be classy.
No.
No.
And like Thousand Island dressing, stirred dressing.
And now it's all ranch. So here's the theater. We're at the theater now.
Oh, you made it back to New York.
Made it back. And it's just always a funny rhythm to get back into.
Yeah.
You live differently here, and having my things arranged the way it's easy to get out the door here.
Yeah.
I also, so she has crawled out of the travel crib, and this happened like months ago. It was winter. And then my brother, when we traveled in July, rented a crib. So it was higher res. But she's clearly ready. So when we went to Minnesota, we had a travel toddler bed. And so now we got back here, and of course she went to bed. So in the dark of night, I put the crib in the trash room.
Wow,
I
that's
know.
a big deal.
It was. I was a little sad, but not for long.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to do that also. But I thought of you because I was like, we can live better than this. Like when you told your story about the microwave, but we can live better than this. So I had such a struggle getting the crib out of the room and had to turn it on its end and figure it in. And I knew it would fit through the door because I know it came here whole.
Yeah.
And also, I was working on all of this, and she heard people in the hall, and she always wants to see the big kids. And we go out there, and it's the people who gave us the crib. They nearly saw me putting their crib in the trash.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
I could put it on a Buy Nothing group or try and pass it along. And I had put it on my building feed, and one person came and looked at it and didn't really want it. And I was like, it's had at least 2 homes. And trying to arrange selling it or doing it with a Buy Nothing with something I can't just carry down to the lobby. It's too hard. I just declared if I cannot have one hand with Lucy and carry the item down, I'm just not selling it. I did like with the infant car seat, I regifted it to somebody whose baby shower I went to today. Kika, our former guest. So like the car seat was a major thing and I regifted that. And our second car seat we inherited from someone from church and we're still, it's in Minnesota. Some of the things are finding new homes and some of the things I know some people would find new homes and I just cannot deal. It was hard enough to just get it out of the room.
Yes.
And then the thought of getting a cart, getting it downstairs with a child, they may or may not be on time. They may or may not even come.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want to do the handoff like here in my apartment. I want to do it with the doorman.
Of course, yeah. I think any mother who's had a young child can understand easily this scenario.
I'm very thankful for what has come to me. And also I'm like, great, it's had at least 2 homes. I'm allowed to just get rid of this. And I hope one of the garbage people needs it.
Yeah, maybe they need it or maybe they'll
Or they
just
know
go
someone.
through the effort of selling it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you made it back to New York.
Yes, from the farm.
Yes, from the farm. And how were the final performances?
Good. Very good audiences, very different audiences from each other, and fun. It sells well.
Yes.
So that's fun.
And it's a great show.
It's a great show. And the final song, it's about a quilt, but that the quilt is sewn with love. And then we ourselves are sewn together so tightly we won't come apart. These people are true friends. And then we get to come and do this. And we couldn't without the audiences, but just that we get this biannual check-in with these people. And we spend more time together than with most people in our real life because it's so many hours once we're there. So just, it's so heartfelt. Everyone in their own way was acknowledging that we're good actors, but also we've had shared experiences and care about each other. It's also just so jarring. I went there Monday morning. The stage is completely empty when I went there at 9 a.m. on Monday. And then the people came in to build. And another show opened 5 days later.
That's wild.
With a full-on set, everything. So they create these entire world so quickly in regional theater. Complete turnover.
It was very interesting to see it.
What
I
are
was
your
very
thoughts?
impressed. I just love that exists in that size town. You know,
So
such
unique.
an active place, and obviously there's some good leadership happening there.
Really good leadership. And also, people are still finding out because we went to Story Hour on our way out of town. But Story Hour's at 10:30. We had the car all packed and drove away from the library to Minnesota. Anyway, so the librarian knew we were from the theater. This was our last week. But somebody else at our little craft table was like, oh, are you going on vacation? I was like, no, this is the trip. Like, we're not going on a trip. This is the trip. And I said, I was here with that theater. And she had no idea that they bring in people from New York City to their little town. She knew there was a theater, but she didn't know the caliber.
Right.
And she has little kids and maybe hasn't had time to check it out.
Sure. But now you probably told a friend, a few more people know.
And her whole friend group will go to the Glass Menagerie.
Yes.
So 100 episodes.
100 episodes.
I like that we landed in an episode where we were together, which is not often. I think we've been together like 3 times in this whole 2 years.
Yes.
And that I was in the midst of creativity.
You were right in the thick of one of your creative experiences. A good way to celebrate 100. Maybe we should always be sure that we can do the 200 together. And
Yeah. Well, so anything else with the hundreds? What's your closing statement? For the first century.
I feel like we're just getting started.
Oh, yeah.
When you think of all of the conversations that we've had, still It feels like it's been a heartbeat of time.
Also, people often say to me, how do you know so many interesting people? And I was like, I don't feel like we've even scratched the surface. We know a lot more people who are interesting. And people, as we said already in this episode, people are reaching out to us more as it goes on.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see what the next 100 bring.
Because we have evolved a lot.
We have to, when we look back at our earliest episodes, we've learned a few things along the way. Many thanks to all of our guests and all of our listeners for these past 100 episodes.
Yay. In the top 5%, maybe we'll get to 4 or 3%.
Yeah, we could make that a goal.
I do like the idea that we don't know, like at episode 1, we did not know where we'd end up at episode 100, or if we'd even make it.
Right.
And so as we look forward, we don't know what will be by 200, even if we set goals. It could be a whole other thing we didn't even dream of.
I wonder what it's going to look like by then. But it is fun to think
It
about all the
is.
things that
We have to be going a direction and also be open to what comes to us.
Yeah,
Because we're not manifesting, so what's left?
exactly. So go create.
Go create something.